Hey YouTube, Acoustic Corner. I'm not often in Acoustic. I've been in Acoustic Corner for ages. Not really that into acoustics as much. So I've had this in for a basically just to set up. The action was a bit high, so I've adjusted the truss rod, taken a bit off the bottom of the bridge saddle. So this is a Fender. Is that Tim Armstrong? It says on the headstock. Oop. I'm afraid I don't know who Tim Armstrong is. I'm sure Ian told me when he gave it to me. He said he had another one as well, or he used to have another one. I think it was a blonde one when it didn't have the matte black finish on it. Yeah, so pretty funky looking bridge. I don't really know much about acoustics. One of the reasons I don't really do that many videos on acoustics, I just don't find acoustics as interesting as electrics. It does have a Fishman pickup in it. I'm not sure whether that would be original or not, with a socket on the back here. Tim Armstrong Deluxe Black, made in accordance to specifications, marked in China. CSC 16, so a 2016 model, I would think. It's got kind of open gear tuners on it, sort of old fashioned type to it. I'm sure it's been specced out. And is that a maple neck? Maybe something like that. I'm not sure what the fingerboard's made out of. It doesn't look like rosewood. I wondered if is it Pau Ferru or whatever it is that everyone's talking about these days. So this one, because it does have a blanket, not going to be that easy to operate the loop pedal, which is round here, so I might have to look away while I'm putting this in. But so it's an acoustic. Right, I really don't play acoustic very often. I remember at the start of this year, it was maybe just before Christmas, getting my acoustics out, cleaning them up, putting strings on them, and saying, I'm going to make a real effort to just play acoustic more. I clearly haven't. Well, that might actually, is that? No, it's not. I was going to say that might be coming through the amp just now. It's not. Binding on the neck, no binding on the body, and it's I don't think this has been played much, because generally I find that the satin matte black finishes go shiny when you've been using it. That's the thing about the matte black, so I don't think this has really ever really been played very much. It kind of reeks of being brand spanking new, to be honest. So as with all acoustics, and basically all guitars, I think there's a certain point you've got to sort of play it in a little bit, which I think this maybe suffers from not having quite been played in yet. I'm just going to stick this to the guitar amp. You can't see it, the Softtech, not the Softtech, the Laney. So if I just stick in a wee something like that. Didn't do any setting up, I'll turn it off again, listen to. again, I'm sitting here thinking I should really play acoustic a bit more. I think just from because I'm a little bit more, because I've been in a band now for, well, I suppose the last month really since lockdown, but just my fingers are a bit tougher and I'm a bit from playing the bass and just playing like a bit longer, so I can just play an acoustic a bit easier now by just playing exactly the same as I do in an electric. Just cheating a bit, but I think I've got stronger fingers these days. The only thing that always throws me is trying to bend the G string, which is wound in an acoustic, which doesn't bend as much, but all the everything else is. You just need to go, when you want to do the bend, you really need to push the G. But what, it's a nice guitar, it's very light and very airy sounding. I have, see these sorts of pickups. Okay, I do appreciate that you want to, I mean, what's coming through the amp, well, you can't really hear it because it's not up that loud and it's a guitar amp. It's really meant for this, but my 12-string Yamaha, I put in a pickup system in it, and it included a pickup like this that sits over the sound hole, and I noticed that when you put something, all the sound of the guitar when you're playing it acoustically, like unplugged, comes out of this hole. So putting a big block right over the middle of that hole really dampens the sound of the one guitar that I've got it fitted in. So I just took that out, never fitted it. I've got like I put a piezo in below it, and you could mix between the two, and I basically just took that out because I was never really using the acoustic amplified. So I don't know, I'd imagine it's probably the same thing as this, so you'd probably get a much, it sounds good as it is, but I think it might sound better with that not in it. Not as good for recording, not as good for playing gigs, but I just sitting here wondering, because there's your sound, and you're basically covering over a quarter of the sound hole, so it's only 3/4 of volume, is maybe something along the lines of what's going on. No, so I should probably, what I'll do is I'll look up, not Dan Armstrong, Tim Armstrong, and find out who he is. I'm sure he just told me what band he was from, and it was some band I vaguely had heard of, but because they weren't from the 70s, and they weren't a heavy hard rock band, I didn't listen to them, so I don't know who it was. So Ian, your guitar is done. I can set up acoustics. I'm not as much of a fan. The thing I suppose it doesn't necessarily work for all guitars, but electric guitars, it's like, if you're trying to, things adjust with screws, so you can adjust it. Whereas in this, like shaving bits off and you're carving off bits of wood and trying to make, it's not quite as simple. There's more of an art to it. Mind you, everyone who goes to learn how to work on guitars and is on college, which quite a lot of people I know have actually been to, I think it's only really acoustics you work on. So I'm kind of different because I mainly work on electrics. So I think basically if you can do it in acoustic, you've learnt the hard bit, and then it's only a slight modification to learn how to play it, how to do it all in electrics. So 10 minutes, that's long enough. Rock on, cheers. I've no idea when this video's going up. I'm doing videos all over the place just now and then putting them up at random times. I'm trying to mix them up. Maybe try and I think I did, it's like try and do a pedal one, and then a electric guitar, an acoustic guitar, or a bass. Just try and so that maybe, basically it's random. Apart from Fuzz Thursday, which is Fuzz Thursday for another 5 or 6 weeks, because I've already done those videos. Rock on, catch you later. Oh, that's not the thing, I'm turning it on. Quite distracting. I'm using the camera on that one, but the monitor's over there, so it's getting a bit. And now we're off. Catch you later.